Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is another comic book review and I hope you enjoy. Welcome to #Spiderman Sunday. Today, for the first time on this channel and for a lot more to come, I am reviewing an entire storyline instead of just a single issue. One reason I'm doing this, especially for the Ultimate Comics, is because some issues barely have any words in them. Today I'm reviewing Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 1, Power and Responsibility, which was published in Ultimate Spider-Man issues 1 through 7. If you didn't know, the Ultimate Universe is the typical Marvel universe, just updated as if it was started in the 2000s instead of 1960s. This was the new Spider-Man origin, which tied Peter Parker into his enemies a bit more than before. Here is like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, where he gets bit at Oscorp Industries from an escaped spider. This also later has Norman Osborn experimenting on himself and in a lab accident, blowing up his lab and turning him into Green Goblin. And later Dr. Octopus, which also reminds me of the story in Spider-Man The Next Chapter. But let's keep going on with the Ultimate story. It's basically the story you all know from Amazing Fantasy issue 15, but with little changes like Spider-Man and Harry being friends and Mary Jane being his friend also. And for the bullies, Flash Thompson is here, and a new character, Kenny Kong, is here, his first appearance, and Liz Allen is Mary Jane's friend from the start. After Peter Parker yells and leaves Aunt May and Uncle Ben for yelling at him from breaking Flash's hand in the first fight, he goes and asks to stay at Kenny Kong's house, and he accepts. He's one of the funnier parts of the story. One thing I don't really like is after Peter gets bit by the spider, he keeps spazzing out all over the school and like fainting and breaking stuff. I don't know why they did this unless it was Peter to just wind up in other places pretty fast. Norman Osborn is, like always, a father that neglects his son, Harry, and during this story he spends way more time on watching Peter Parker after he was bit by the spider than Harry's accomplishments. The callbacks to Amazing Fantasy are fun to see, like Peter dodging a speeding car. Here the car is sent by Norman Osborn to kill Peter Parker, but he jumps and dodges it. It was sent to kill Peter, and the guy who drives it is called Shaw. I wish it was Matt Gargan though, that would have been cooler. When Norman Osborn becomes Green Goblin, or D-Goblin, he burns his mansion and kills his wife. We don't get any better reason than that he was out of control. Harry sees this and starts telling everyone about how his monster is his dad. So the relationship with Peter Parker and his uncle and aunt is a bit more serious here. Pete is seen as super quiet, having social anxiety disorder. His uncle doesn't care and is just happy that Peter is smart. Spider-Man gets his costume by needing a better suit to wrestle in. It's a good reason, I really enjoy this one. It's also where he gets the name Spider-Man. Later, someone steals the money, and because Peter wears a mask, he is the prime suspect, so he gets chased out. Right after the burglar scene happens, and it reminds me of the Amazing Spider-Man movie, or a mix of the two movie origins at this moment, with the wrestler in the convenience store. He arrives home. Uncle Ben has been killed. He goes after a burglar and beats on him. He goes to jail, and Captain Stacy is actually the one to prosecute him. I'm glad that Captain Stacy is the cop at Pete's origin story. It ties him in more to the mythos. There's a lot of tweaks that are different from Spider-Man's origin, like how his dad started the web fluid or the stuff with Uncle Ben being more involved in Peter's life. It is a lot like the Raimi movies. The villains are like Burglar and Goblin are in the story, when Spider-Man says it's straight from the 616 universe here. And the Goblin is completely different from the 616. He didn't have a glider and threw fireballs, and here, he is a huge monster like a mutant. I think Spider-Man Homecoming should have taken some pointers from here, especially for the fight scenes. Goblin's head is the only thing green on him here, which isn't what he looks like later. And at the end of it all, Spider-Man is born, Harry Osborn gets taken away, and Goblin gets lost in the river. It was a really great read, but not my favorite Ultimate Spider-Man comic. A 10 out of 10. I hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys, and have a good day.